Derrel Jazz Johnson, Gospel Herald, CitySportsReport.com, here with Sun Sports and Miami Heat announcer Jason Jackson. Jason, how you doing today?
Magnificent. It is always great to come into this building, regardless of past rivalries, particularly with the franchise I work for and the one that calls home here. There have been some things over the years, but man, when the lights go down and this floor is lit up, and there are a few places that are better to play a game, which I don't know anything about, but definitely to cover a game or watch one.
What are some of your most memorable moments from being here at MSG?
You know, it's interesting. When I was at ESPN, the first introduction I had to MSG, because I grew up in the Midwest, was the Big East tournament. Okay. Basically, ESPN would shut down because there's so many folks from Syracuse and UConn and Seton Hall and so many other old Big East, the original Big East schools. And folks had their vacation lined up to come down and watch the tournament here. And so the second year, I took the time off. And this was before I started covering the NBA, so I had the opportunity to do it and come down here and just get a feel for that vibe. And it's just something else. But for myself, my first All-Star game that I anchored for ESPN was here. And how nice with the cycle coming back around. All-Star weekend will be in apparently all the boroughs, if it's up to Commissioner Silver. And then really one of the great moments for Dwayne Wade. He had a game winner in this building. My first year covering the team, which was his second year, went over on the left side here, elevated, and knocked one down. I think Ariza, got a hand in his face, but it wasn't close enough. Knocked one down, and this place is just special. The neat thing about this building is that even if the Knicks don't win and they're seeing good basketball, you'll get your due. You won't get full love, but you'll get your dap, no doubt.
So we're here with Gospel Herald. So what's a point in your life where your faith has been most important to you?
Well, first of all, it was my entire youth, my childhood. I had one of those quintessential, Black Baptist family experiences, 4 and 5 days at church. My mother was a songstress, if you will. So she's in the choir. My father was very much a leader in our church. I grew up outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And so very much into the transition from one facility to another. He's the chairman of our building fund, which was an actual building fund, by the way. There was a new building on the other end of that. So, I was saved when I was about 8 years old. And so it was very much a part of our existence. And being a kid that loves sports, it was always a tug and pull. I grew up a big Browns fan, but I never went to a Browns game in person because we were always at church. I don't remember seeing the first half till I went to college, because of our time in worship. But what a wonderful foundation for your life to know that when Christ is your personal Savior, that you have a place truly to put your burdens and to center your life and have a great testimony for just the foundation of the type of person that you want to be. There is opportunity to be evangelical and go out and preach the word. But for so many of us, the discipline of the appropriate life and living it and knowing that we're not perfect and that we will sin, but having a place to make sure that sin is forgiven is the example that I've been a part of and try to pass on to my own children.
Thank you so much for your time. They're about to announce the players, so we probably should take off, but we're definitely going to have to do a part 2. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and we at Gospel Herald look forward to speaking to you again in the near future.
Very good.
Thanks a lot.
God bless.